my name is Alma Lingad, and today is June 5th, 2021. And today, we will be dissecting a chicken wing. And while we are dissecting, we will be discussing the joints and body movements. We will also locate the humerus, the radius, and ulna. On the shoulder joint, we will locate the head of the humerus and the articular cartilage. On the elbow joint, we will locate the joint capsule, the articular cartilage, the synovial membrane, and the tendons reinforcing the joint. And before we end the discussion, I will be briefly discussing an example of a disease that affects the joints. Before we begin, we gotta make sure that we rinse the chicken wing under the running water, pat it dry with a paper towel, and place it on the foam pad. So I already rinsed it and pat it dry. Now let's begin the dissecting. Okay, using the dissecting scissors, I will be removing the skin of the chicken, especially around the joints. So let's start here, but carefully, being able for me not to cut the muscle. Okay, so as we can see, there are some white, thin, clear white part here. The skin, it's called fascia. So I'm gonna take out as much as I can around here, the skin of the chicken, but we don't need to take out the skin on the tip, as we're not gonna discuss about that. And let me take out the skin and we'll be right back. So here's the skin. Mostly I took it out, and while I'm removing the skin, I noticed this white thin sheet called fascia, and this fascia connects the muscle to the skin and muscles to muscles. In addition to while dissecting it, taking out the skin, we can see it here, the fat, which is colored yellowish color. It's the adipose tissue, which we all know and learned before that it, along with fat cells, adipose tissue also contains numerous nerve cells that actually storing and releasing energy so it can fuel the human body. Before we proceed on locating the different bone parts of the chicken wing, I just want to add this, the blood vessel of the chicken wing. It's just so fascinating, since if you can actually move it around, see, not around, you can move it like back and forth, and we know how important blood vessels are, since they're the ones that carries oxygen throughout the body, and on this part, it carries through the muscles, since the muscles are the ones that really works over time. Now let's discuss and explore about the tendons, ligaments, and joints. First, tendon. So what are tendons? So tendons are connective tissues that connects the muscles to the bone. So this is an example of a tendon. It is a very strong, soft tissue. So it actually helps the muscle to contract, and it's connected to the bones here on the elbow. And the elbow is a hinge joint. It is a type of a synovial joint that exists in the body, and it allows motion primarily in one plane. It goes back and forth. So when the muscle contracts with the use of the tendon, when it flexes, it extends. As you can see, if we pull it, it gets shortened. Tendons are attached to the biceps muscles. These are the muscles. Bi means two. They are attached in front of our arm. So we have two muscles here, and we also have the tricep tendon, which is 3, and they attaches on the back of the arm. So this is also tendon here. Let me take it out so we can see the ulna and the radius. Cut this. So the ulna is a thin bone of the forearm. Here it is. As you can see. Let me take this out. Some tendons. As you can see, there the tendons are really hard to cut because it helps to connects the muscles to the bones. Because imagine without being, having muscles in the body, your bones are just gonna fall off. So here it is. As you can see, like I said, this is the humerus, or the long bone of the arm, and the longest. We have the radius, which is the thicker bone here, and then the ulna, the thin bone. Now let's talk about mostly ligaments and cartilage. So why is a ligament, or why are ligaments very important? So this is the ligament on the elbow joint. Okay. So ligament, like I said, are short band of very tough and flexible, able for the two bones. They can move freely, and it's really flexible. Like I said, when the muscles or the bones flexes or extended. But even though the ligaments are very flexible and it helps the bone to reflexes or extends inside, let's see, there's called the cartilage, because cartilage are very important because it helps the two bones in the joint not to rub with each other, so it won't be painful. So this is the cartilage inside. It is cartilage is a connective tissue that keeps the joint motion, just fluid, because even if they rub it like this, it won't be, like I said, it won't be painful. Let's see more. Let's got it so you can see it here. So this is the cartilage, like here also on the head of the humerus. It's also covered with cartilage. See this. As we were discussing about the cartilage, this is called the articular cartilage. It is a smooth white tissue that covers the ends of the bones where they come together to form a joint. Since we are discussing about the articular cartilage, we can also find it here, the synovial membrane. This is the synovial membrane, because when we pretend it's here, the synovial membrane, it is a connective tissue also, which lines the inner surface of the capsule of the synovial joint, and it also secretes the synovial fluid, which is, it helps to lubricate and allow joint surfaces to smoothly move across each other. So this is the articular cartilage Here is the synovial membrane. And here, it secretes, like I said, the synovial fluid, enable for it to lubricate and nourish the joint while acting as a shock absorber. Okay, after discussing about the elbow joint, let's move along and talk about the head of the humerus, or the articular cartilage also. So this is the humerus, like I said, the longest bone. So we have the arm, and that's why we use the chicken wing. It is actually really similar to our arm. The only difference is their tip, which is, I believe this is their like a claw, and for the human we have our fingers or our phalanges. So going back, this is the head of the humerus. It also the articular cartilage. As you can see, let's see. Let's take out the ligaments here. Smooth, like I said, it is a very smooth white tissue that covers the end of the bones. So this is the head of the humerus that connects through the body to the shoulder of the chicken. Before we end our discussion today, I'm going to be giving the most common type of disease that we find on our joints. It's called the osteoarthritis. They also call it the degenerative arthritis because it is the wear and tear form that increases with age. The cartilage that normally cushions the joints breaks down. So this is the healthy joints. This is the cartilage that we discussed about that cushions the joints, that covers the bones, so enable for them to loosely movement or they freely movement. We need the cartilage. But when we have the osteoarthritis, the bones started to show. The cartilage started to break down, and it, down over time, it leads to stiffness and pain, especially with movement. It's easy to remember. Osteo from the Greek word osteon means bone, and arthritis meaning inflammation of the joints. Okay, thank you so much for today. I hope you enjoy our wing dissection and discussions, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.